to the Impact Disciple Making Podcast. I'm Mike Keaton, your host, and I am here with Ken Adams, lead pastor of Crossroads Church and founder of Impact Discipleship Ministries. And today we're trying to help you make disciples by asking the question, how do we go about selecting disciples? So a guy decides he's going to jump into the adventure of disciple making, Ken, and he's ready to get his group together. How does he go about doing that?
Yeah, the first thing we do is we pray. That's what Jesus did. And, the Bible tells us that before Jesus designated some of his disciples to be apostles, that he spent the night in prayer. And so we definitely want to pray before we approach anybody or before we commit to a disciple-making relationship. We want to spend time praying and asking the Lord to direct us to the right people to invest in. Now, as we start to pray about who we're investing our time in, we might want to remember these words. These are words from Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. Timothy being one of Paul's disciples, he says this, "And the things that you have heard me say in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to reliable people who will also be qualified to teach others." So, Mike, the key word there is reliable. So we're looking, when we make a commitment to invest in somebody, we're looking for somebody who really fits that profile of what does it mean to be reliable, so that they will in turn go out and reproduce and disciple someone else.
Okay, so drill down on that a little bit more. What would you say are some characteristics to look for in determining if someone is reliable?
Yeah, a real popular way of describing it is that we say we're looking for fat people. And so that's an acrostic
right.
for...
I hope so.
For three things that we're looking for. First of all, we're looking for people who are faithful. And so, if you're going to invest in somebody and you're going to make disciples, you want to invest in somebody that is dependable and that's faithful and that will show up and you can depend on them to be a part of that process and to repeat that process when the time is right.
So you're seeing faithfulness being manifested in other areas of their life.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody that has proven themselves already, that they really are proven to be faithful. A second characteristic we look for is that you want to invest in somebody that is available. And so when somebody is hit or miss, and sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not there, it's pretty hard to invest in somebody and to really help lead somebody and guide somebody who's a no-show, who's just not there. So you really do want to look for people that you're going to lead spiritually and you're going to lead in discipleship as somebody who is available and that will be there when you meet and when you do things together. Which
kind of really feeds off faithfulness. If they're faithful, it's going to lead into being available, right?
Yeah, it really is. So you're looking for people who are faithful, for people who are available, and also for people who are teachable. And so when you try to disciple somebody who knows it all, it's pretty hard, because you need to find somebody that is like a sponge, somebody that is willing to take in and to be able to learn and to be able, really wants to grow. So I would sum all that up: faithful, available, and teachable. I would say look for somebody who's hungry. Look for somebody who is wanting more, and also somebody who is willing to turn around, do what it takes to grow and turn around and reproduce that in somebody else. So I say to select the right person, pray, and then also look for people who are hungry, faithful, available, teachable. Those are reliable people who you can turn around and invest in other people.
And help us fulfill what Paul told Timothy.
That's exactly right.
Thanks, Ken. Another episode for you to help you make disciples. We look forward to you tuning in next time.